Hello dear students, today we are going to continue with the chapter 2, the sentence from your English practice book. Till now we have discussed worksheets 1 to 4. Now come to worksheet number 5. Work in pairs, read the passage given here. This passage is given, the date November 17, the time now 10:15, the place a large country house in England. Sir Michael had dinner with 4 people at 8 o'clock this evening. Then he went to his study. The time was 9 o'clock. He locked the door from inside. He shut the window too and locked it from inside. At 9:30, the housekeeper, Mrs. Hawk, took some coffee to his room. She knocked at the door. Sir Michael did not answer. She knocked again and shouted, but Sir Michael did not open it. She called Lady Elizabeth from the neighborhood. They broke open the study door and went in. They saw Sir Michael's body on the floor. Sir Michael was dead. Lady Elizabeth called the police. The time was 9:40. So this passage is given. Now see the picture. The detective is there. November 17, 10:15 and Sir Michael. These are the clues that are given. Now come to the next part. Imagine you are a detective investigating Sir Michael's death. What questions will you ask? What ideas do you have about how Sir Michael died? Write here the questions you wish to ask. One question has been given as an example. See, one question is given here and you have to frame more questions. What is the first question that is given? Yes, read it aloud. Yes, everybody. What time did Sir Michael have his dinner? What time did Sir Michael have his dinner? So what was the time when he had his dinner? Time is given. Okay. At 9:30. Okay. We are not required to write the answers here. We have to frame more questions. Question number 2, 3, 4. And what things you have to remember? Questions that begin with question words like what, who, why, whom, where and when require more information and these are called WH questions. You have to frame questions beginning with these question words. What, who, why, whom, where or when. You will take help of this passage and frame questions. For example, you can write the question. The line is given, she knocked at the door. You can frame a question here. Yes. Yes, the question may be, who knocked at the door? Who knocked at the door? Mrs. Hawk took some coffee and she knocked at the door. Who knocked at the door? And you may also frame some questions from other lines given. Sir Michael did not open it. She called Lady Elizabeth from the neighborhood. Whom did she call when Sir Michael did not open the door? In the same way, you will frame all these questions here. See worksheet 6. This question, worksheet 5, you will do in your homework. See worksheet 6. Using the expressions given in the blurbs, frame questions and write them in the table given on the next page. One has been done for you. See the questions, the sentences are given. Difference between a nail and a bat boxer, players in a cricket team. Some hints are given to you in the blurbs. You will use these expressions to frame questions on the next page. See, one example is given here. Answers are given. See the first answer. It turns green. What turns green? Question is given. What happens when we add blue to yellow? And you can see the hint. The expression is given. Add blue to yellow. it will turn green. Similarly, you will frame questions for these answers. One is given, it turns hard. What turns hard? You should take a view and take some ideas from these blurbs. When we boil an egg for 6 minutes, it will turn hard. So what will be the question? What happens if we boil an egg for 6 minutes? Similarly, you will frame questions for these answers also. One is knocked in, the other knocked out. 11. All living things would die in Russia. These are the answers. You will frame questions with the help of those expressions given on page number 17. Now come to worksheet 7. Work with your partner. Let your partner think of something, an animal, a vegetable, a mineral, or some abstract thing. Ask questions to find out what your partner has thought of. Ask your partner to think of something and you have to guess what your partner has thought of. When you think of something and your partner asks you questions, okay, then you think of something and your partner will ask you questions. Take turns to do this activity. This will be a fine game, a perfect game for you. This activity will be done like this. One example is given. Suppose you ask the question, is it made of wood? First of all, you have to think about something and then you will, your partner has thought about something. You will ask, is it made of wood? Your partner says, no. You will ask, can you eat it? Your partner says, no. So you were thinking, it may be an article made of wood, it may be an eatable, or then, do you have it? Your partner will say, I can feel it. Okay. It cannot be touched, but it can be felt. I can feel it. Then you will say, is it happiness? And your partner says, yes. In the same way, you will think of something and your partner will ask some questions and try to reach the word that you had thought of. Okay. Now remember part is given. Questions that elicit the reply yes or no begin with an auxiliary verb. Questions that elicit the reply yes or no, that may be replied as yes or no. Such type of questions begin with an auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb means the helping verbs. It may be is, am, are, any verb related to be, any verb related to do, okay, or has or have. Fine. Now come to worksheet 8. Are you green? Work with your partner to find out. Write appropriate sentences in the spaces provided. The first two has been done for you. Number 1. You like magazines and read 2 or 3 a week. Reading magazines is your hobby. You read 2 or 3 magazines a week. What do you do with your old magazines? There are 3 options of answer. What do you do with your old magazines? Which option will you choose? Give them to your friend to read? Burn them in the garden, or take them to the paper bank to be recycled. You have to choose the correct option that seems to be appropriate according to you. The next one, you buy food at your local shop. How do you carry it home? If you buy food, how do you carry it home? 3 options are there. Ask the shop for a cardboard box to carry it in. Ask the shop to deliver it, or bring your own handbag with you. You may choose any one option according to you. The most relevant, the most appropriate option you will choose. Third one, you have bought some smart new clothes. Now ask one question. Suppose new clothes you have purchased. What do you do with the old ones? Again, 2 options are given. Sell them and buy more new clothes with the money. Give them to a charity organization like the Red Cross or a charity home, or you may think of any third option from your side. Similarly, other questions are given. Think of the situation, ask some question and give 3 options as its answers. You will complete this activity also. That's all for this class. Thank you.